Yeah, I'm only going live for like an hour. I got to put on some music. Where's my mouse? What happened to my mouse? Let's put this away. Here it is, falling on the floor. How you doing, Gary? Have you ever been here before? Do you know anything that I do? And I know you can't speak, or you're speaking, you can type whether I'll see it or not, whether you've left. I have to lower this music. That was too hilarious. I just came off of a live where I think they gave me almost 4 seconds to say a word every 3 seconds. Yeah, we got to talk about that. That was too funny. That was way too funny. School buses are all out there, no?
Hello, long time no see.
Oh my God, a relaxing voice that isn't going to pump something that hasn't arrived yet. You know,
I
that
was
was,
there for like 5 minutes and I'm like, that's a headache. They don't understand anything.
oh, it had nothing. Yeah, you're good, but it had nothing to do whether they understood or not. The minute I
Yeah.
would go to answer anything, they would interrupt me right away. So they weren't even looking to participate. It's just one of
Yeah.
those other groups that I didn't only there were two of them there that were okay. Otherwise, that's why I stopped coming on here doing all my lives. It was too
Yeah.
much of that. It was taking too much out of me. And since then, I found a lot of information. Like I found out, I believe, who the uncle and the aunt are. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The uncle, okay, is the horseshoe. You know where it
Okay.
fits in? You know where it fits in? The
I'm trying
minute
to.
the egg meets the sperm, it becomes a horseshoe with it. That's the uncle taking place of the father through the connectivity.
Oh,
Either
okay.
I, you follow me? So, and I can't believe that we're only speaking to the creator through the breath. I think the spirit comes in through our nose, and part of creation comes in through the I don't know, distillation, which is what we know as the human resonance. But because of yesterday, I had to change that thought. Why? Because 261 times 3 equals to 783, which is the human resonance. I'm going to turn this around and explain it. 783 is the human resonance. I multiply it by 100. Nothing is whole at a single digit. The single digit becomes whole when it's in between two. And yet it's still not whole because we now need its reflection, which will be 6 digits. And then we need to encompass it with 9. And then the original 3 that we came with is 12. And that's what brings up this, the tetrahedron. There are 3 circles on every single side. So every time something comes together, there are 3. The only thing that's a singularity is the one area space that's condensed between the 3. The question is that the rolling river between the cells? Do you follow me with that?
Slowly, yes.
So um, if I put, okay, here it is, a ball. This ball next to this ball, right? You see that crevice in between?
Mm-hmm.
That part there.
Okay.
And that's like the loops, right? That's what shows the loops of the whether it's the goat or the Aries or whatever it is. I like to look at it that way to see, to try and understand encompassing this side and encompassing this side. But when you encompass this side, you're encompassing this side, right? You know the fleur de lis.
Yes.
It has this, the vesica Pisces in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that vesica Pisces for me is what I learned in art school. Here's what I learned in art school: draw a straight line and then just You're supposed to just bubble it. So for me, that's a real circle. There is no other circles. And even when you do the zodiac signs, they go enemy signs after 6. So I can't make a circle because it already told me I got an enemy at 7. So is that part of my? Did you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything comes in half area spaces and less. It comes in pieces and parts and particles. Even speaking that they were able to over and over do the same thing, 1/8. Every one of these has 8 except for the circles, right? The circles, I forget how they measured it. I forget what the dynamic of the circle was. But anyways, let me get back to the Schumann resonance. When you get this, thank you, remembers. When you get to this, you, first of all, 100 and 200, because we need both of them. You remember the one between 2 equals to 3? Reverse alphabet is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. So we have the 100 and the 200. And when you go to CB codes, you have the 10-4, but you also have 0 cat. They say 0-4 for the 10 in its expression in the French. So you see that? Here they say the 10, but the French say the 0-4 on the French channel network. So now here is where the Schumann resonance comes in. 1 times 783, 3 times 261, and 9 by 87. This one over here connects to the IT system and the alchemic of the flux capacitor. I'll say it in English, Italy. The ITLY, Italy, is that connection. The IT is something to do with the sun. Now, I don't know how it works, whether my analogy and the theories and numbers really say that the moon powers up the sun so it can come out for another 16 hours a day. And there are 3 moons out there. And somehow they have a connection right into the ocean. But anyways, let me just continue with this. I always go out of my thought pattern. Where did it go? Okay, so
Well, I'm trying to keep up. Yeah.
okay, so I got to move this closer. So what this is here is I'm going to put it in a different order. The 12 together is going to say Pisces, the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock. Or how about 6 for Virgo? Or how about 12 for Pisces, 6 for Virgo? They both have the same numeric value and they split the clock above and below. One comes in a duality. The 12 is a duality. It's got 2 digits. So is it 6 and 6, 12? 7 and 5, 12. So the minute I hit 7 and 5, I got electric company, I got the moon. Then I get 8 and 4, 12. Now I got 3 moons. Why? 48 or 84, 3 by 16 or 3 by 28. And yes, there's a whole lot of other divisions to do to find out what that 360 realm is about. But at least I know what the cell is. At least I know what I'm doing with that cell. So also with this, when you get this number together, this number, 6 times 6 times 6. I don't know if I have it in here. Do I? 6 times 6 times 6 equals to 216. I don't know why I don't have it here. I did only 2. Okay, I'm going to write it down. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's me all over the place. 6 times 6 times 6 equals to 216. I know I have this here. I didn't leave it off. Wow, how is it on this page? Oh, God, it's on the other side, I think. 216. 6 by 6 by 6 is 216. The 216th minute is 3 hours and 36 minutes, which is the last day of the 12th moon, December 2nd. So I'm going to repeat it again. 216, okay, is the moon diameter in miles. Now, when I was on their channel and I told them that, you know what they told me? It's not. It's 2159. So I wanted to tell them that here is where I am. Am I 1 or am I bigger than 1? You know what I'm saying? The heart of who I am, or the spot I stand on, okay, is that little teeny spot. But I take up the 360 all the way around that spot.
Yep.
Not only that, the on-deck circle in baseball is a certain size. So I have to measure the on-deck circle, because that's rules and regulations. I have to measure the size of the bases, the thickness of the base, home plate, right? I have to do it because it's part of the work, but I'm all over the place. I don't know why. Hold on a second. I just want to show you something.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Okay, check this out. I did this video in 2016. Look, but it says Trump stay home. Look, and it says Trump is the umpire. You see, it says umpire.
Yeah,
I said Trump is the umpire.
pretty much.
Well, this is 2016.
He's one of those blind umpires that doesn't know.
But
see
how
all
is
the
it possible
calls.
in 2016 that I did that? Not possible because it's just the algorithm. I didn't do it myself. I saw it was you. You're doing the same thing. I mean, when the kids come on the bus before, I mean, the first time it was one thing, but now you already know what's going to happen. You're almost laughing or crying before anything happens. Yeah, so what the Schumann resonance does is the 216 is the diameter of the moon. It's the tetrahedron. It's with Pisces and it's with Virgo. They both have a numeric value of 71. 1, 2, 7, and 8. Remember in the word straight I used at the end that they wouldn't let me finish?
Yeah.
Right? The G and H works with the power station. Where did I get this? I got it because 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 7 and 8. I got it because 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 equals to 10 and 7, 17. I got it because 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 8 and 9, 17. So I know where the 17 comes from. I know 3 by 17 is 51. I know in between 1 and 5 is 432. I know 4,320 is what is 3 times 1440, and that's the minutes in a day. Now, they were telling me I'm just going anywhere to get my information, so I'm trying to understand myself. Am I going anywhere? Or am I just looking for what is actually real before I build anything together?
Well, that's the way you run, and others run with the distractions around them, so they couldn't understand you with all of the other distractions.
Yeah, there was only 2 in the group that were listening. The other were just like kookiness. So anyway, so just to get lower down on that is that, so I did this and it's just telling me about 126 and I just understand, I know that dynamic. I know 125 and I know 126 and they both can't happen at the same time, right? Here's
Mm-hmm.
here's the here's the 1 and 5. You know why they can't happen at the same time? Because of this. They're both the opposite. You can't have all 4 of them at the same time. See, the thing is, in this game, it's called sick bow, right? And they use 3 dice. So you can have 126 or 125. The 126 connects to the moon. The 125 is the conscience or our connection through the breath or whatever you want to call it that comes through that moon. 125, 5 times 5 times 5, 125. 216, 6 times 6 times 6, 6 and 5, 11. Don't separate the 11. 2 plus 9 equals to 11. It's the first time we enter into the house. For the 29th day of Love Remembers, right, which is February 29th, and the cycle of 1,461 days, because love is in the air. The embers of love, right? Have you ever heard of the embers off the ashes, off the... So what is that? When we breathe, like, do we release embers of the breath? Like off the fire? Ambers? What is it off the fire? The ash, the amber. What do they call that?
Oh,
And
not like the coal. You mean the coals? Like
oh,
the
the ashes, the
carbon.
embers. Oh no, it's the burning embers, the burning fire embers that are at the
Carbon.
bottom of the pit. Okay, because that in the
Well,
word remember.
breathing, you breathe in or oxygen and you breathe out carbon. I don't know. I'm not a
So
math.
you breathe in O and you breathe out C. So hold on a second. You breathe in. You know that oxygen is like a crazy word. It's 667,755.
Well, you're saying you breathe. You're breathing the what was the fire? Not fire. Did you say that?
No, you breathe out fire.
Yeah.
So that means the fire is within. So Aries. So if the fire is within, I mean, you know what I'm doing. I'm just looking at yesterday, right? I just want to see
Yeah.
if I'm looking at yesterday, and I say this is what they said. There's no conclusive of anything, and we talk about stories that happen that come together because of the numbers. Now, the alphabet, reverse alphabet, is 1 and 26, 27, correct? One, the first letter is A, the last letter is Z.
Yeah.
AZ. Okay. Now we're going to do something else. AM. The first letter is A, the 13th letter is M. So the first reverse alphabet is 27, but now the reverse half alphabet is 14. There are two reverse half alphabets. They are 14 and 14 characters, but you're counting A through M and N through Z. Sorry for getting off track with that. So we have fire in Aries. Wow, I am all over the place. It's like I'm talking to myself. That's why I don't come on live. It's like, and if I hear a voice, oh my, that's my girl voice. I must be spicy.
You're too kind.
Well, you know what? I sometimes, when my mouth is dry, I go and take a bite of, I take a little water and ginger. I'll take any spices. My uncle, you know what he did to me?
What?
He moved out of his house. He threw me in it, and he went to live in a shack 6 by 3 feet so he can sleep and just take care of his garden. And the only thing he did in his garden, he was about 75 at the time, is he grew garden spices only. By the time he finished 30 years later growing, the whole market was selling his spices and everybody else was importing. Then he passed away.
Ah, he
Crazy.
knew ahead of time.
Well, he was driving with the horses to the market back in the day with my grandfather. It was really crazy. 30 miles by horse to go to I love the old days. So where was I with this? Okay, yes. So if the fire burns from within inside, what are you inhaling? The air sign? So are we inhaling Aquarius? Are we inhaling Libra? Or are we inhaling Gemini? You know, I like those three zodiac signs.
I'm a Gemini.
I like the Gemini. I think it's just I don't know, it's a very funny sign. If it's not taught right, or if it's different ways that it's taught, create a harmonic that they balance themselves with, and either I find, because I'm looking at the people that I know through this, right, and they're a little square. I find I always thought they were round. I find the reflection of who they are more rounded. Capricorn.
Yeah.
The Gemini is an air sign, and its reverse is Capricorn, and that's an earth sign.
Yeah, I find Capricorn boring.
Yes. So, really? Oh my God.
do.
When it comes to zodiac signs, I think that anybody who can read somebody else is very like 66% maximum, because there's too many things to look at. You know, I mean, from my perspective, because I'm looking at these dice and the alphabet, and they're just looking at 12 zodiac signs and whatever else. You know, I'm just talking for the basis of people. No, I'm not talking for the ones who know like a lot of it. Oh yes, there's another thing. 256 is the other one. You remember I said 125 and 126? Well, it has to do also with 256.
Uh-huh.
Now, the thing with 256, it's not only 256, but it can be a 9. This can also be 259, because the 6 goes with the 9 by the breath and choice in life. Before you have that one thought that you put to use, you still have the breath, your meditation. Your 6 goes into your 9. So what happens to your 5 and 2? Does that have to do with opposites? Because the 2 doubles everything up and the 5 cuts everything in half.
Yeah.
And since we don't live with 10, because 10 is an association of 5 and 5, and 20 is either 5 times 4 or what? What is 20? 5 times 4? Is there any other way to get 20? 2 times 9 plus 2, 3 times 6 plus 2. So I'll do that also, right? I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm just saying that I'll do a lot of things to get there.
what you're saying, I eventually get. I have to process it in my brain and go, okay, and then I get it. By the time I figure it out, you're already on to the next subject. So I'm still trying to figure it out. But you're
So
straightening it out as you go for me.
3 times 6, 4 by 5, 7. Whoopee. Where's my eraser? I'm having trouble keeping up with my eraser. And nobody's been in the house. It really bugs me. Man, I really like the way I set up my office, but I found it. Man, I go through so many. My mother says, have you ever heard of this before? Hold on a second. Equals to 20 plus 2 plus 2. 7 times 3 equals 21 minus 1. 7 times 2 equals 14 plus 6. Okay, 8. Did I do 8? No. 18 times 2 equals 16 plus 4. 8 times 3 equals 24 minus 4. 2, 3, 7, 9. I did 9. I did 8. Okay, I did them all. Now I'm going to show them to you. Show you what I'm getting at. Here's all the way to get to 18. I need to get to 20. Okay? I need to add 2. I need to add 2. Here's 3, 6. Here's 2, 9. This one is with the Mars, moons, and the birth. Because it's 9.
Yeah.
And if it's 9, it's 1 through 9 equals 9. And this is 1 through 2 equals to 3. So I don't know how to explain this, but anyways, let me forget about that. I'm just trying to like refocus myself today. I don't know why I'm like really off. So let's do this again. 2 by 9 is 18, plus 2 is 20. 3 by 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20. Here's a perfect one.
Yeah.
D, the fourth letter D and E, equals to 9 itself. Equals to 9 itself, equals to 11. So we have to take this into consideration. And if you take a look, 11, 10, 9, 10, 9, 9, 11, eh? Nothing's more than 9, 10, 11 to arrive at that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason for that, you know why? Because they're only 2 9s away. That's why. That's the only reason. Anyways, to finish it off, -1 would be the lunar singularity moon, or one of whichever one you want to count. These two would be complete opposites because it's 1 and 6. Exactly on the cube. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at. See the 1 and the 6 on the cube? Yeah. These two match that. And 7, the minute you pass the 6, the 7 becomes the duality right away. So what it's saying to me is that when I use 7 with 2 or 7 with 3, I have either I minus the 6, proton, electron, neutron, or when they mention a number, they're talking about 3 of them, because in order to create, you need that 3. In order to complete it, you need the 4. You're rotating 3, I think, inside 4. Maybe it's better to say that way. Maybe it's better to say it that way. That's why I came up with this, a 4-area space and a 3-area space.
Yeah.
So 4 times 15 and 3 times 20. What's that?
That's a Simon.
Yeah. So what's the value of this? It's 20 broken up into 4 areas, expanded here, 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 and here. So is this the donut hole? Or is this, you follow what I'm saying? Because if this wasn't the donut hole, these two couldn't go here. It would have to be this one here. Then this becomes the donut hole, which equates to the donut hole is now bringing 4 games together. I can't talk about this. I have to look at it, and there's more to this. This is the Monopoly. You know the Monopoly board?
Yeah.
Okay. The corners are where the 4 games come together. So that's why I didn't want to talk about it, because if I do, I'd have to. Anyways, let me just stop that.
That would have been beyond their head for sure. It's still beyond me.
I'm going to look up the Monopoly board and just show it real quick. Well, so far I haven't really said much. What was I talking about 2 seconds ago?
The number. Well, you brought up the thing that had the number. Looked like the Simon game.
Okay, no, just before that.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. I have it in front of me. Yeah, so I'm just going to finish with. So all I'm looking for right now, it has nothing to do what it means. Forget about what I don't care what it means. I need to understand all the patterns that ever exist. 1 divided by 2, 1 divided by 3, 1 divided by 9. I don't need any more. You
Well,
know that?
bring up that circle, that Simon thing again. Could that be the universe, like our universe, like North Pole, Earth, and
The
the
problem with
four
this is,
corners?
I'm going to show you that if it was in Monopoly mode, this would be one game, this would be a game, this would be a game, this would be a game. You can only have three. You can have a game here, a game here, a game here, a game here. So this three splits into these two games. This three splits into these two games. This three splits into these two games. Now they're all together.
Okay, now do you remember ever seeing the old maps of the Earth and the four pieces of it? That's what it reminds me of. Like when you
So
brought up that looks like with the four pieces. So there's the four corners of the Earth, the four like that just reminds me that one when you brought up, then I called it Simon.
do
That
you know
reminds me of the map.
if I put this right up here? Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, I believe what they did to Rubik's Cube is they took Rubik's Cube and they did this to Rubik's Cube. They threw it away. Do you know why? All they needed was the 12 edges to count for the 12 constellations, that every edge was with two corners across from another edge, that every edge had two edges below it on Rubik's Cube. I just
Yeah.
think Rubik's Cube was the Big Bang. And this, what I did is this. Do you know what this
Hmm.
is? How far above my head do I have to hold this that I can expand my arms at only 1 degree and reach the edge of the earth? Do you understand what I am saying? I will explain it again if you do not.
Okay, go ahead.
How far,
Yeah.
when I open my arms at 1 degree and look the separation, remember this separation. Is this degree starting at this arm here, or is it starting here
At the
from my
heart, yeah.
solar plexus? You follow me? When I hold this up at 1 degree, how many miles do I have to go up, okay, before I encompass the whole planet?
Depends on if you're talking globe or flat.
Hold on a second.
As you
Because
can
I
tell, I'm
wrote,
not the
I
math
wrote, I
person,
wrote
so I
it
wouldn't
down.
know.
I'm trying to figure out where it is. Okay, it's 384,000 to the high side.
Oh, you got to pause there. There we go.
I'm 384,000 and 365,000 with 19,000 in between. So 364,000 and 365,000, or is it 364,000 and 384,000, which equates to 13 and 14 moons.
Wow.
The calendar, the Hebrew calendar, in their leap year run 384. 384, which is 192, which is 3-bit 64. 64-bit times 3 is 192 by 2. The chessboard in singularity, when you run the binary, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, stop. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, stop. The chessboard is over when you begin with 2, not with 1. So when you're not arriving at a number, like if I'm not arriving at 20, maybe I should start at 2. If I'm not arriving at 20, maybe I should start at, sorry, if I'm not arriving at 20, maybe I should start with 2. The same thing with here. Maybe I should start at 1. You follow what I'm saying? For everything to come into 20. So your starting position is very important. Oh yeah, back to the Schumann resonance. Or I don't, yes. So 783 breaks down to this. Trying to figure, let me see if I have to look at it so I can explain this. Just give me a second. The sun, the split with the moon, and our vibration, and the isocohedron all come into this, as well as everything comes into it. There's nothing left out. And then I was looking into this also.
For 60 ritual, one of those calendars is around about 3,000 years. Two together, 10 years. Complete measurement of the century. Probably known. Yeah.
So I look at everything. I can't take, so this 260, all it is counting from 14 to 26 equals to 260. 14th letter in the alphabet is the second half of the alphabet, and Z, the 26th letter in the alphabet, is also the second half. That's what it was. I remember now. When you count A through Z, I think it's probably in here as well. So when you count A through Z, it's easier if I don't look for it. What happens is you have 126. Did you know that? You remember what I just spoke before about the moon?
9. Yeah.
When you count A through Z, you have 126, which is again back to Pisces and Virgo. 126, Pisces and Virgo. Now, if you count A through Z or A through Y, so A through Y is 125 and A through Z, okay, is 126. Isn't that pretty weird?
What? Okay.
And A through X equals 300. And you know what that equals? Actually, I like this one better. Sex equals our vibration, 432.
Wow.
So now if I'm going to start with the B letter for Mars, instead of going B and Z, which will be 226, I'm going to go B and S, and that's going to be 219. I'm just trying to look for 216. Oh, yes, BP, your blood pressure, 216. Check it out. 216, 126. So first you have A through Z, and then you have BP. You know what's funny about this? This is the complete alphabet. It also totals 9. It also totals 9. This starts with A and finishes with 8. This starts
Okay,
with 2 and what's that?
but now you're talking blood pressure, right? You were asking where the center of, like when you said you move your arms out to a certain degrees,
Right.
where is center? You said, was it at the shoulder or, and I said the heart.
And it
Is
works.
the heart the center?
So if the heart is the center, that's pretty good. That's what I like about the letter K, because it's the only one that can work out that way, because the heart is more on one side. So when you
Okay.
draw the letter K, I mean, you can make a V, but you do see that when you draw it with a king, is it the king?
Well, the K is 11.
Yeah. So any words that start with KI is 911.
Wow. Okay, I don't even want to go with the 9/11 on that.
Yes. Oh no, it's
I-
everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You know, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. The
And
whole
the
system.
the X's and K's, any of those numbers are just on the angle is just not comfortable.
So there's other things like when you put X, X, X next to each other versus X, skip a space, X. Have you ever seen the difference between this and this? I'm going to show you.
Mm.
The diamond versus the hexagon,
Oh,
just
shoot.
because of the separation.
Uh-huh.
So XX together creates an O. So if we put 3 X's together, you create 2 O's. So you create 10 and 15. They try to challenge me on this and the other one. They say, oh, there's numerology with 10, 15, 20, 20. Of course, I can do them all. So
Yeah.
can you? How can
Then
you
when you
not
put
do
that
them?
together, you see the hexagon, and the hexagon, the stop sign is a hexagon. Oh no, it's an octagon.
It's an octagon. The thing I like about the stop sign is it's 2 hexagons before they barred together. I mean, you can do anything you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's 2 hexagons. 6 and 6 is 12, right?
Yeah.
So, but when we count them, there is no 12, there's only 10. And now it looks like we just have an 8. Look, 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides and 5 sides. But we don't have to stop there. We can build back better. And we can put the top on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many things we can. I mean, obviously, it's graph paper. We can go until there's no tomorrow, you know? I mean, here, look. We can just keep on going. And when you do that, what do we come up with? Oh, McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, because we have the two barnyard doors. It automatically tells you there's two area spaces. When it comes to the X, three X's like in bowling, automatically you have the O's in between. So the X is 10, the O is 15. So you have 10, 10, 10, right? Sorry. Let me stop. The 24th letter and the 15th letter. It's 10 in bowling. So I'm putting two things together. I made a mistake. Let me start that over. Let me write it out. I do that often. I'm used to work, the last couple of months, I haven't been on much and I've been just writing. And when I see a mistake, either that's what I like about it. If I make a mistake and I put this in a book and put it in my closet, I'm done. But if I come out here online and make a mistake and somebody finds it, I'm saved. So if somebody says, why are you sharing this information? Because there's no way ever that I would, number one, if it has any value, let it be out there. And if there's more working on it, I'll find others to work with. That's it. Somebody's going to take all my money. Go ahead. I ain't got any. I work for the day and for the moment and for now. And guess what? Never stop. You don't know how much of the snow you got behind you. I'm talking cash, right?
Yeah.
We should never look how much we have behind us. And every reality is different, right? When I work, do you have to look at your finances? Yes. But when you're working, you can't worry about that. You're doing your work. Everything has its own, what do you want to call that? Its own, space and time,
Yeah, its own reasons.
Yeah, and the other group, they're saying, sell your art. So I says, okay, let's go. Anybody wants to sell this? Anybody understand the story? Want to bring it a little bit further? I'm in. Everybody's my partner. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's my partner. There's no saving this. This is for me. I'm not going to use all the words I'd like to say because it would be impossible for it to be believed. But I believe it. I looked all my life. I was looking for one answer. How in the world do I have a personal connection with this creator? That's all I wanted to know. It bothered me all my life. It made me sick.
Well, it seems like you have more of a connection in your way than anybody else can figure out, and it works for you.
Well, I believe in it. I believe it's real because I cannot see somebody like, and they mentioned it. One of the reasons I jumped into that group is the minute they mentioned the calculator, that somebody had to build a calculator, I go, perfect. Now you can see that, there's a number like this. First of all, I didn't even finish the Schumann resonance, but any number, divided by 9, any digit divided by 9 will equal to the digit itself. 1 divided by 9 is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Hello, Salim. 2 divided by 9 is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 3 divided by 9 is 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, etc. That's it. Now, when you get the 10 divided by 1, well, we know what it is, right? Isn't that funny? 10 divided by 3, look at that, right? That's 10 divided by 3. Now, if I do, hold on a second, 3 divided by 9. Isn't that funny the way 10 and 9 came out the same?
Yeah.
Capricorn, Sagittarius. So when I talk about Capricorn, Sagittarius, so this is the way I think. The association to arrive at a double digit, for me, comes through the addition of other digits. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. That is your duality of the formation of the first 4. There are only 9 area spaces in a 3 cubic. So if there are 4 and there are 5 more, how do we have equality with this? We must share a number. So we will share the number 5 with the rest of the numbers that are left over, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 6, 7, 8, and 9 equal to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. We connect 1 with 9, 10, 2 with 8, 10, 3 with 7, 10, 4 with 6, 10, and now we have our 10, 10, 10 world. Isn't that pretty cool? It's right there. That's my truth. That's what I work with. Yes. So we see all these 10s. Now the cube, I'm not sure where I was showing with this. So I'm just, so yeah. So what I was doing with
the
this
Schumann.
right. So no. Okay. The Capricorn that I was talking about is when you associate these first four. It's the association of four. The head of Capricorn's got four. Now it's also got two. Now check this out. The cow's got four and the goat's got two.
Yeah.
The cow jumped over the moon, hooked up with two goats. And you know what I'm saying? So for me, another thing, I know I'm all over the place. Don't worry, I'm all over the place. The other thing about this is they have what they call the Gentile, right? And the Gentile starts with G and E. Well, guess what? 5775, our electric moon, also starts with GE. Now, JEW, right, starts with a J. Now, the J and the G in French, they reverse them. It's also the 7th and the 10th letter. It's also 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 equals to 7 and 10. The 5 cuts everything in half, and the 2 builds it back up. It's just 2. For me, what am I seeing? I see that Moses came here by passing through the Nile, but yet the others came here with a connection to the moon. Now, the only time man can come through the moon, right, is when? After 1967. Because they told us man went there.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't
Right.
that the moon landing 66?
Yeah,
The,
something like
the
that,
before-
67, 60. And then
Yeah.
in 69, right? And then in 69, they created a museum in Montreal called Man in His World.
I
But
don't believe in the moon landing, but either way.
well, no, well, hold on. It's 100% true. I can prove it. I can
I
prove it
thought-
right now. Hold on a second. Moon landing. Check it out.
Yeah, okay.
There it is. I don't need to know anymore. As
Yeah.
long as the words people are talking about it, that's all we need to know how it fits into the algorithm of our what we're living in, or this game, of all that is in this game. I don't like to say I don't want to put it out into the world as that's the truth. This is
Yeah.
a game. This channel has nothing to do with the world. I take worldly knowledge and worldly things and bring it in and do some math with it and see where it sits. That's what I do. So where were we with this? Yes. So the thing about the 7 and the 9 is the 7 is a cardinal sign. It's Libra. The 9 is going to be a mutable sign. The 7 is going to be inflicted in the binary code, which needs a duality in order for it to survive with 3, 6, and 9. 7 and 2, 9. 7 and 5, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 8, 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. These two are going to create the Silvergate Power Station down by the ALITY. What they say is Italy. Now, what is 1 and 7? 2 moons. 28 and 28 equals to 56. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 8, 7 plus 8 is 56. And 15 equals back to 71. 2 cardinal signs. Now you go to 71, 7 times 1, 7 plus 1 is 7 and 8, and you just start all over again. So the GH inside the straight, that's not there, is because the power station is there, and they're reconnecting it in the straight of the dog. Hormutz, the time dog. Or is for the hour. The mut is the dog. The Germans say it that way. The Hebrews say it that way. Even we fool around and say the mut is here. Now, why do they use the letter Z? Because it fits with the moon. The letter S is not the same duality. It's your birth in Capricorn, Sagittarius, 10 and 9. The French say 10-9. The French say 10-8. The French say 10-7. So is it 10 plus 9? 10 plus 8? 10 plus 7? Or is it minus? 10 minus 9 is 1. 10 minus 8 is 2. 10 minus 7 is 3. And now I have from the other side, ABC. But it's different because 19 is inside the enemy line, or it's inside the good sign, and 18 is the enemy. Why? Based on 360 degrees, half of that is 18 and 18. The only 9 there is in a singularity. It does not exist as a 19 other than fabricated from something, and that fabrication comes from the 9, that birth, 1 and 9 coming together, Aries coming together with Sagittarius, or coming together with Taurus, because at the 7th gate, 9 divided by 7 is, hold on, I'm just going to look at my calculator. 9 divided by 7 is 1.28, 142,857, 2857, 142. So that's what it is. And that's why I believe that to be the reality, because it is. It's the numeric reality. And when words are put into the place, well, you were born into that reality. So yeah, I showed you something wrong before. I don't remember where it came from, this piece, right? But 783, okay, when you work the number, becomes 576, becomes 153, becomes 216, moon, sun, passage of time, vibration, isocohedron, also the sun, 864 and all zeros. Now, would you like me to tell you how I got this?
Of course.
Okay. 5 and 5 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 4 is 8.
Oh, geez.
Binary code. One, okay. Now 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 5 and 5 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4. 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 3 is 6, 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 3 is 6, and that's how I put this together through what you call the Schumann resonance. The sun split within the moon. You're 15.3. Your 15.3, or if I remove this, is what it is on this cube, there are going to be 3 dots in the center. One here, one, whoopee. There are 3 dots in the center. All the rest are on the outside. There are 18 on the outside, and there are 3 in the center. There are a total of 6 in the center and 15 on the outside. So there are 15. How's that possible? 15 and 6. Yeah, that's right. How's that possible still? There are 15 on the outside in the house of bait. Why in the house of bait? Because you connect the 2 on the outside always. The 1 in the center always stay the same. So there's 6 to the center, even the ones you don't see. Every single side is 9.
Yeah.
Right? But it was something else. That wasn't the answer that was supposed to come out of that. So anyways, there's 3 dots in the center, and there are 18 on the outside. So it's 318. I don't remember where the 15 came in. I'm just having, for some reason, brain fog. Too much blah, blah. So the next recipe, once you take this, as we multiply it, 7 times 8 is 56, right? And then times 3 is 162. Moon Electric Company. Isn't that weird? And also, when you do this, 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. Here, the company part, right? The .com part. Do you know what number this is? The 3 and the O is 15. 3 and 0 is 315. So if you're putting in the carbon and the oxygen, then you are starting with oxygen is 1. Hold on a second. 1524. 1524, which is 66, but 152. Okay, the oxygen passes through the 7th gate. I know I might sound all over the place. I talk to myself a lot. Where does this 7th gate come from? Let me show you.
You don't need to apologize, because I know I don't know exactly how your brain works, but I know that you bounce around, and that's what you need.
Yeah, I'm just like all over the place. Like right now, check this out. Do you know when they signed that deal to go through the Strait of Hormuz, right? The day that they went to sign it, the day before was the 169th day, 13 by 13. The day after, the number of days remain, 14 by 14, 196. Was that not perfect the day before they signed? 13 by 13, that's the exact split in the alphabet. And the numerics that go with it is 135, says ACE or SUN.
And they signed what?
They signed a treaty in the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh, okay.
And then when they signed it, it was on the 117th day, or how about Q? Because A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10, reverse alphabet is 17Q. And then alpha beta creation is 21. So the 21st letter and the 17th letter equals to 38, right? They're both inside, right? They're both inside. You can't get to 8. Once you double up 3, the only way to get to 8 is with a 1 or a 2. It's 3, 1, 3 and 3, 2, 3. You're adding I don't know, the cell plus the 1 moon and then the cell plus the 2 moons. The reason you're using 3 or 2 is for the 1 moon, the 2 moons are all 3 of the moons plus yourself. If you use yourself, you use the diamond. Now you use the left triangle and the right. I'll just show it to you really quick. I'm going to do it this way. And I didn't do for design. The fleur-de-lis. 3 here, 3 here, and 4 here. 3, 4, 3, 10. This is how we come together. We harmonize through the heart. See, I could have did the same thing by doing this. So there's 4 sides here. There's 3 sides here and 3 sides here. Now, if we want to see if this works, why don't we just check this out and do this? If everything passes through the 7th gate, and also 8, 7, 6, 7, and 8 work together. I'll show you that in a minute, but you can see it in the deck of cards, right? So 7 times 7 times 7, 343. So if we're not passing through there, how come it makes the same design? Do you follow what I'm saying? 343, 343. You see this? Since A, B, C, D is all of creation, we're 3, 1, and 3. 3, 1, and 3. Well, let me get that off. 3 numbers, 1 number, and 3 to connect to the top. 3 numbers and 1 number and 3 to connect to the side.
Well, put that back up again for a second. Put the calculator back up. That's something I basically saw. All 4 of those numbers, 2, 4, 1, all equal 7.
Yeah, keep going one more step. 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 equals 24. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equal 10. But if 1 times 2 times 3 times whoopee, hey, times, what do you think the answer is?
1 times 2 times 3 times 4.
And if you add it, it's 10. It's the same answer as before, is 7777. Now you want to see something else? 6 times 4 is 24. Here, I'm going to write it down. It comes out easier.
Got some people commenting down there.
I'm going to look. That's my big fault that I never look enough. That's half the house. Now let me show you something else from this. Oh, please, I hope I can remember because I just forgot. What is the number? Oh, yes, 4802. When you double it up, because it's a duality, or we have to cut it in half, whichever way, we have to triple it up. We have to see what we find with it. It becomes 248, right? I have these numbers somewhere. I don't remember where they are, right? And half of it is 124. Here's your 124. Here's what happens when I double it up. So now I can run with the 2 moons and the 1 moon. Here shows me the 7th gate. Here shows me the house. 4 times 8, 4 plus 8, 32, and 12, 44, and 20 to equal to that answer. That's where the house splits. 44 is Abraham, 44 is space, 44 is teen. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4. So not only is 48 or 84, but it's also a relative to all these other numbers. 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 4 and 4, 4 by 8, 32. 2 times 2, 4. 5 by 3, whoopee, that's 8 and 5. 8 times 5, 40. 8 plus 5, 13. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So all these numbers will fall into the same house. This one and this one will be considered a little bit, there's another anomaly that goes with this, because when I look into games, they're going to give different kinds of odds on this. Other numbers that go with this is 1 and 3. Another thing that goes with 22 is 88 for the 88 constellations. Trump's call card was 88022, which I just keep pulling out a lot of stuff. I'm really happy the way I set this up for cleaning, you know. Is that this board here, when you look at a corner, it's square. Here it's rectangle. Although it's not an equal 1 to 2 reality, I use it for its smallest understanding for square and rectangle. When I use this as a square, I will use a minimum 2 by 2 area space. Look at that. See the car? Number 11. Or sorry, not 11. It's the wheels are 11, right? Hold on. Where are we? Okay. So the car is showing you 10, 11. You see the 10? And then when I flip the car upside down, you can see 101. You can see it here. So the corners are 4. These are 2, 1 by 2 high. So when you look at one side, right, you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 18 here plus 4 is 22. You have 22 on 4 sides equals to 88. But it's not just like that. When you're following lines, you're counting here in a corner. Each corner has 3 area spaces and before you get to the rectangle. Here's what Monopoly looks, Here's what Monopoly looks like in base.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Before you get to your first property, you have used up 4 from the corner. 3 here in the corner and 1. When you go all the way around the board, there's going to be a total of 48 to go around the board. Did we just mention 48? The first row is 48. The second row is 40. The third row is 32. The next row is 24. Now, I'm just going to do it like this. Hold on, I'm going to show you 2 different. Maybe one day we'll be able to get it together. I'll tell you one thing, ChatGPT is doing a lot better work for me than ever before. Still can't keep up. And I only can do 2 or 3 things before it shuts down. Number 2, a friend of mine said to me that it's having a lot of monetary trouble. They can't keep up with the system, and eventually they might peter off and somebody's going to take over their place.
Oh.
Oh, my nephew is he is like all my nephews, like everybody's like super intelligent, everybody in their own domain, and everybody makes fun of each other.
Well, I keep getting into circular arguments with ChatGPT because obviously it's an indoctrinated bias system, right?
Oh man, it told me something the other day, and I go, "You telling me that?" I go, "Why are you telling me that?" I said, "You saying that because I said it?" And they go, "Yeah." I said, "Don't say what I say. Don't follow my script. You tell me your script." So I sent it off and I gave it a whole bunch of things to do. One of them was to tell me to explain this, why the hair is curled this way. When something comes up against the wall or a corner, it will curl, right? Like, or if welding came up against something, but I didn't want to get into that color right now. I wanted to show this. When you're going around here, there's 8 that go around 1.
Looks like a crosshair.
What's that?
Crosshair.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
A
This is just a,
shotgun cross, or well, a rifle or
don't
shotgun.
count this one. I'm talking about that one. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So there's 8 that go around here, right?
Yes.
Now there's 4 in the center here, but there's 12 that go around here. There's 12 that go around here, but there's 8 that go around here. Do you know what their thing is together? Together, it's the same thing because there's 8 and 8. They're both 8 because they start at 4 plus 8 is 12 to go around. 8 more. Add on 8 more from here. Add on 8 more from here. Although there's 9 here, there will be 12 over here. Sorry, there's going to be 12 over here. 12 and 4, 16. 8 and 1, 9. And that's the purple ball in pool. And in the other one, you're bringing on the yellow ball with Scorpio, because that's the 8 ball. Wait, I'll be finished in a second. And the answer is here. 3 squared and 4 squared. 3 by 3 is a 9 space. 4 by 4 is a 16 space. Now, the thing about this is the center of Monopoly. This is the corner bringing 4 games together, and my face is going to disappear to bring on something else. I still don't like my, what's it called today? I'm still not doing well. I mean, my, sharing is like little cuckoo. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let me see. I wanted maybe, what's that? Oh, no. Okay, we can bring up this one for a second because I probably just forgot what I was going to look for. You see what this is? This is the way the center of the alphabet comes together.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen that.
I just did it. Listen. I can't come up with all the. The most fun for me is listening to others talk and say, "Okay, I'm going to do that." So, I never showed this before. So, you can see the M and the N.
Yep.
So the L is 12 for the Bats Mitzvah. The 13 is for the Bar Mitzvah. You see the way the 14 is encompassed with the 13? Well, guess what? The 14 is part of the duality of the female. The 15 is the part duality assembly of the male. 26 and 28. Even though we're supposed to get 27 and 27, we have 26 and 28. 2 times 8, 2, whoopee. 2 times 8, 2 plus 8. 16 and 10, 26. So the 28-day cycle reverts into the 26. 6 times 28, 168. 7 times 28, 6 times 28, 168. 7 by 24, 168. 7 and 6 come together, Mars and Earth. So here we have feminine, feminine, the 2 sides, masculine, masculine. Every second one, when counting by ones, you're counting by a half area space. In Gematria, these are noted as 1. In Gematria, these are noted as 2. So this is like ABAB coming, no, this is AABB coming together. So if you say the word Isaac, you might be talking about this. The second thing about this is the reason for your cardinal and mutable sign. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4 is 7, bringing on the gateway. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4, 9. You now have 7 and 9 coming together in this. Trying to see if I can bring up some of these. Where is it? I have a picture in here somewhere. 7 and 9, 7 and 9. Oh, when you saw I brought up the pigs and then they dumped me?
Oh yeah, they just called you crazy. That's so stupid. It's like it was beyond. And I was down in the chat going, just because you don't understand does not make it wrong. So don't make fun of it. Like
they were only there for that. I know.
Yeah, they were there for fun. They're there for fun and entertainment. I know.
Did you see me smile? How much I just was cracking up?
Oh yeah,
it was sad.
Bothered the crap out of them.
They don't understand. I'm here 21 years. I've seen it. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even. I'm going to show you something that's so
Hey,
simple. Do
doll.
you see this?
Mr. Tech Hands. Hi, Spicy. How are you guys?
Hi.
You, Mr. Tech Hands. I wanted to say that to you.
No, no, say thank you to Spicy. She brought you up.
I know, but I wanted to say thank you because the last time I spoke to you, you had showed me something and you told me I had to kick something awake. And I was successful in doing so. So I appreciate you.
No, much appreciated. I'm not sure what I said to who, whatever, but I mean you. Yes, sorry to not say who you are forever and never. Just L. Okay. First of all, when I look at your name, it's like a little trippy. Okay.
It is.
Because I know that combination. First of all, my email is basically made up with those. Starting off with EL, right? 5 and 12, 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 equals to that. It's a bridge. To start off with that, you have a bridge. So if anybody says Elohim, to understand what the O is, the 15th letter, or made up of the 1 and the 5, or is it? Or is it the 9 and 6 equals to 15, or 7 and 8 equals to 15? So there's a whole dynamic in the duality or trinity or whatever amount of numbers it takes to create that character letter. And when you put the N for north, I think that like makes you very strong. And don't take it from me. I'm just getting that feeling like N north. It always like it's anyways, it stands for power of the sun. And for some reason it ends up to be us because 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, the 5 and 4, it's the feminine, it's the fox, it's the passage. Even though I say that about the 7, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6, there's a way for the 9 to pass through the 7. Why did 7, 8, 9? Because of that. You see, the 7 is a duality. The 8 breaks up into 4 different areas, as well inside of you into 3 different areas because you must always be attuned to everything. We're living in like a heaven of 4, but yet we are 3. And that's why I did that.
I like that, Mr. Tech Hands. And it also reminds me of that game that we played when we were kids. It was Simon Says.
Yeah. I already said that earlier too. And then I also saw the old maps of the world where they had the North Pole as center and all 4 quadrants on the outside of it. Remember those old maps? Like really old.
Ooh, that's good.
Area
What has
51.
3 of your letters up there? It has 13, 14, 15. I don't know what an S and what number the S
It's
is
a
or the
5
I
and a
is,
1.
but
5 and 1.
okay, yep.
But the S is 19. But because of the French, if I can do this in other languages, I would. I do it a little in Hebrew. I don't know how I caught on to creating something that probably doesn't exist. But I'm just going to go to Hebrew for a second. But when everybody was talking about Yod Hey, I was like saying, Yod is the 10th letter. That's a duality. Therefore, the Yod is split in 2 for a singularity. I am the singularity that brought more than one of who I am together to be who I am in order to communicate beyond myself. So Tomahawk says, I've never heard so much garbage. So Tomahawk, can you explain to me what the garbage is so I can better understand myself? But I'm going to continue on. So the Aztec work on a 10-5 system because this is all about observation and seeing what you can find and then making up stories from the direct words that intertwine itself with the alphabet, M4, N5, O6. Or if you want to do this, here, we'll use these 2. I think this is going to work. 911, L and O. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 6 and 5, 11. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 3 and 2, 5, 5, 11. Perfect. 5 times 11, 5 plus 11, 16. Okay, and 55 equals to 71. And that's where your communication comes in. It's L and O are both feminine. Remember I mentioned the gateway in Italy before?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. The L and O come together to create that reality. But it's not the only one. The 1 and 2, because there's other ways to create this. 6 times 5, 6 plus 5, right? Will create another 5. It'll create 41. And 4 and 1 is 5. But it's not the same as 3 and 2 and 5. Because 2, 3 brings together what is, let me write this out. Not all the 5s are the same. This is 2 and 3 equals to 5, which is A and... So what's going to happen in here is that A goes with B. And then what happens is D goes with C. And then B and C come together for their communication. AD5, 2, 3, 5, A, B, C, D.
So the photo I put up was the drawing you gave me the last time we spoke, except for it had 2 crosses on each side of the arm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You see the face in it?
Yeah, I do see the face of it. It's smiling.
Like a baby.
Your arms that you brought out, do you see what's happening with this? It's like they're going, when you bend something, it looks like it's going out to a distance. You have created a dimension in this. You've also created what is the love, what's it called? The other thing about this,
Sorry,
yeah,
I just switched that
I'm
for
trying
you.
to
that's good.
think of
That's
what
good.
you're called.
This is perfect because that little circle at the bottom for me, if you create the triangle from the circle, okay, so listen to this. This is beautiful. The open circle versus the closed circle. The closed circle will be the corner of the Monopoly board, and the open circle is going to be the heart of the Monopoly board. The open circle is going to be the 180-degree mark. Now, we can take what you have and spin it all the way around, but you have to stop at 3 points. 3, 6, and 9. You're going to create 120 degrees in each one of these areas. Do you follow what I'm saying? The smaller circle
Yes,
is going to
sir.
be that world. Sorry about that.
Oh, I said yes, sir.
Okay. And the smaller circle, I'm understanding, okay, because it passes you see how can I explain this? There's a split level at 180. There's a lower level where there's the 120. There's the 45-degree angle that should meet at the 180-degree mark. You follow, like the halfway mark, the circle? If I make a triangle on 45 degrees, it should meet here. If I make the 120-degree mark, it'll meet down here at your lower circle. Oh, I can do this. Stay there. Don't move. I'm going to do something. I'm going to take a picture of it, and hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. Okay. Whoopee. No, that's okay. Let me take off my background. No, stay where you are. Okay. How do I put
Do you
myself
want me
to
to? Do you want yours larger again?
No. I don't want to. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're looking for your green screen.
Okay. I'm looking to take it off. Okay. You see this? You see this lower part over here? 120 degrees. When you drag it across and you meet here, you will be meeting at number 8 on the clock. You will meet at number 8 on the clock here. And on this side, you will meet at number 4. You will meet at number 4. So you're both 2 hours or 120 minutes and 120 minutes away. But you're not only 120 minutes away, but you're also, by meeting there, you're also 60 degrees and 60 degrees, or what is 120 degrees in between the area space of 4 and 8 in the 4-hour period of 240 minutes. You're the area space. What's that?
Makes perfect sense. Makes
Now,
perfect sense.
what happens to this is I'm going to remove 3, 6, and 8, the 4, 8. Do you remember what was at the top here? If this is the 4 and this is the 8, you know what's here? 12.
Yep, 12.
12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. What else do we have? Sorry if I play games. I'm just like that.
3, 6, 9.
Okay. So we have one other thing. We have Pisces, we have Cancer, and we have Scorpio. Water sign, water sign, water sign. All water signs. I'm going to give you a better picture. I already have one of what you made somewhere else. Let me look for it. How do I move my camera? Please be in here. Please. Okay, I'll use this one even though I didn't want to. This one here.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that. That's awesome.
Oh, wait, maybe we should bring the other one. Some creator in the world is helping us do all this. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to, right?
Right.
You've seen this before?
Sir.
Okay, so wait, I don't want to use that one. Where's the one I just had? I want to bring something that looks nicer. Oh my God, you seen this before?
Oh.
Okay, this is exactly like yours, except it's a little
Chinese
different.
checkers.
So
Okay,
I've seen some people draw that, yes.
okay, so I'm gonna see if I can put it on my screen and show you how it's drawn. It's very simple.
I was so obsessed with my spiral graph when I was a kid, man.
No, right? That thing was freaking awesome.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make a circle and see if I can get this out. I don't remember. Okay, I did the circle. I'm trying to remember how I did it exactly. Okay, let me do it with you and show you what I did if I can remember. And I hate to be the one talking all the time, so I'm going to shut up for a minute while I do this.
Well, it's you're alive. You're allowed.
Oh, yeah, but I interrupt people and stuff. I don't like it. Okay, so this is not, it's not going to be exact there, but, so this is the way I built the tetrahedron. I basically went like this, and then I took, right, and I can do a straight line, right, like that. I don't know if it's exact, but I'll do that. Then I go ahead and I create a straight line like that. See, I know I'm not exact. You know why? Because this one's not exact. Okay, you see that the other ones are wrong. Somehow it's not exact. They all have to meet in the center. See, and you notice what's happening here, right? See that little mark? Okay, now when I go ahead, okay, I didn't make it perfect, but when I go ahead on this one, you see what's happening here, how they're jiggity? I can't measure my straight line unless I use the straight line first, because I won't get all these ridges. I'll only go the ridges when I'm crossing over the pixels. You see, even in this day and age, they weren't able to create it properly. I'm still running with 1,000 pixels here, no matter how nice my screen is. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this. So that's basically how I made this design. Then what I did, if I can remember, I hope. Did I use red? I'm going to try and see if I remember. Then I went from here. Wait a second. What did I do? What did I do? I'm trying to remember how I did that. Wow. Don't remember. Did I do this? Did I run from here to here? I think I don't remember what I did, so I'm just going to be fooling around, so just to see where I am. Maybe I should take this picture and put it on my screen and see how I did it, eh? You know what this is, the 88? 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. So even if you have 8, there's only 8 digits around the 1 center, although there's 10 digits, right? That's a duality. 1 with 8 around it. Rubik's Cube has more than one side. So you'll 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. You're going to have 6 calculators on Rubik's Cube, equaling to 54 numbers. That's going to be on there. So anyways, to make this a little simple, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals 7 and 8. When we connect these two doors, each door is going to have 8. Each door will be connected with 7 out of 8 here and 7 out of 8 here that will be connected. The 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is when you add up 1 over to 18, it equals to 171. Back to here, back to the power gates over here. This is Italy. These doors in Italy at the Vatican. I just hold on a second. How do I get the Vatican gates? Vatican, Jubilee Doors. So here's the Vatican Jubilee doors. Whoopee. Let me move this back. Here's the Vatican Jubilee doors, right?
Mm.
So when I go ahead, can I do this here? No, I can't do that here.
What's up?
Draw and guess. I'll just do it. I'll see if I can get this done. If there's any possibility to do that on here. Whoa! How do I get that bigger? Can I get that bigger?
If you click on
Oh,
it, it should expand.
oh, it's not expanding very much. What about images?
There you go.
Okay, so maybe we can do this. So, whoopee, how do I go back? Okay. So here's the way I do this. Since it's 8 and 8, right? I'm going to go ahead and connect these four, right? Well, everything moved. Okay, let me take this off. I don't know what happened, but okay, let me do this again.
Game with you today.
I don't know. Oh, because my screw is not equal. Hold on a second. Where's my drill? Okay, I'll put something underneath it to balance it. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. So we go ahead and I take these doors here. So I used up 9. On one door I have 2 left over, on the other 5, B and E, maybe a break and entering, right? The other thing about B and E to understand, right? The 5th letter and the 2nd letter, B and E, is to the right of both of these on the piano, there are no black keys. The harmonic starts between 2BC and it ends between 5EF, which is 511, the same numbers we ran on. Do you remember? It becomes B2C3 and it ends on E5F6, and that's your 511, what brings you on to the Vatican Gate. Then after this, right, we're going to continue on, and then we're going to connect these. And now we're going to have our power stations for our generators. And we're going to have one left over here and one left over here. We're going to use 7 of 8, and the SIM card says cut a corner. We're going to have 7 of 8, and 7 of 8 is 14 of 16, or what is 7 of 8? 7 eighths and 1 eighth. And to create 9, we need 8 times 1 and 1/8 to create it, and everything is here. The 1/8 or 10% that we're missing in our brain is only to connect up to the system. You don't need any more of that. If you ain't going to use it, what's the difference? Information is all around you. How much more do you need to process? So that's one of those things. How do you get out of here? Quit that. I don't want to play again. So now we can go to maybe another background. There's got to be a million backgrounds. If we want to understand the left side and the right side, right? And this is what's at top. Remember I said if we go up 1 degree, if you go up 1 degree, 385,000 miles, that's the same as the Hebrew calendar year for moons. And what it does is you travel over to the other side. What does it mean to travel over to the other side? You see, 13, right? 13, okay, ends here. 14 starts here. This pyramid is what brings these two sides together under Saturn square. I mean, we can't, I mean, if I'm looking outside my project and everything, we can't deny that Saturn square exists. We can't deny that all these magical different systems exist. I'm gonna take a picture maybe of this one, or just turn this around. Have you ever heard of Rotas Sator?
No.
You can look it up.
I recently just came into understanding of that.
Go ahead, I'm listening. We're all listening. All 7.
Listen, you teach it because I just literally stumbled upon it.
Okay, I don't teach anything. I just observe and share. Right? Do you know that there's 8 billion people somehow going to get the chance to watch this? because I'm 60, but by the time they're 60, okay. So what this is just it's a 5 by 5 area space, a 3 by 3 area space. I left out the Scorpio part. I only included the sun part. You see, because everybody goes to sleep and then everybody wakes up to the sun. I'm going to show you something funny. I think it's a funny picture. Man, it's not here. Please be here somewhere. Okay, it's not. Maybe it is. No, it's not. Okay, just look at this for a second. I'll try and find it. Where was I? Somebody please remind me. Man, this is some mixed up channel, eh? Oh boy.
We're talking about the paper you had in your hand, and then you were going to show us something else.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Okay. So say that again. Which paper?
The paper with the Saturn.
Okay. Yes. Okay. It's in front of me. Okay. Okay. It's right here. Just give me a second. There's something else I also want to do. I want to find that picture for what's going on in my background here so I can design it. Also, just in case, anything divided by 7, here's the answer. There's no other answers. You can go to 999,999. I want to get this out of the way real quick, right? Since we need 7, first 1 and 6 equals 7, 2 and 5 equals 7, 3 and 4 equals 7. Is that correct?
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you take 857, look where it is. Look at 714. Look at 571. The first 3 and the last 3 make up the equivalent of what is 7. 857, 142 is 6 divided by 7. 1 divided by 7 is 142, 857. 1 and 6 equals 7. 2 divided by 7 is 285714. And 5 divided by 7 is 71428. That's a mistake over here. See, that's where Google.
Noticing it's missing the 6, or is the 6 on? There's no 6 on there.
No 3, 6, or 9. This is a mistake.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to find it for you. Dividing by 7 creates 1 and 2, 3. Creates 8 and 4, 12, 1 and 2, 3. Creates 7 and 5, 12, 1 and 2, 3. It creates 8 and 1, 9, 5 and 4, 9, and 2 and 7, 9. It creates 5 and 1, 6, 4 and 2, 6, 8 and 7, 15, 1 and 5, 6. There's your 3, 6, and 9.
Gotcha.
So the 1 between 2 equaling to 3 brings the duality. And this is one of the reasons that I doubled up on the Schumann resonance. Please tell me where you are. This is the reason. Where is it?
You guys, you know the numbers more than I do, and you said that word that you had up there,
Aortas, the heart.
Yeah, and then it has 4 chambers, and the aorta, and there's the aorta right there, the 3.
It's because I'm only working off of yesterday. I'm just trying to find everything that existed yesterday and redesign it so the emojis or the words or the math is easier to understand, to find where it is. Maybe we can understand it through games, baseball, hockey, football, soccer, dice, craps, whatever it is. Game of pool, because I've done mostly all of them. Even Bob and Alice, A and B, comes to Adam and Eve, because when A is split, instead of having A just with Adam comes with Eve because it was split. AE, AO, the U and the L together, upper and lower, is 21 and 12. U21, L12. This starts with a P. So I tried to look at, if I'm going up, how many words for up can I use? Higher, H and I, 8 and 9. Perfect. 8 and 9, then I'm going to find an equation that will lower my 8 and 9 to be relevant to another factor. For instance, if I divide 9 by 9, I got a problem because it's going to equal to 1. But if I divide 9 by 7, I equal to 285,142. And the 14228 and the 1422857 equals to what is 2 divided by 7, or 8 divided by 7, or 16 divided by 7. So we can pick a number. Like we can use like anything. Let's use 25, right? So 3 by 7 is 21. So this will be like 4 divided by 7 equals to 571842. 571842. Because what it is 3 times 7 is 21. So really, all you're dividing is 4 divided by 7. That's the same thing I did with the Schumann resonance. And what I also did with the Schumann resonance, the number, all I'm doing is binary code here. That's all I'm doing.
Yep.
But it doesn't work over here because when I go over here backwards to binary, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, right? 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, right? I don't see 7 here, but it's here.
Right.
4 and 4 is 8, it's here. 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. So your binary, okay, this is the running of your Schumann resonance in this doubling up situation. It turns into the sun and the moon and your vibration into the isocosahedron. And then check this out. 29 divided by 37. There are 37 numbers, 1 through 36 in a circle. 29 is where your birth comes in, and it runs right into the Schumann resonance. Isn't that crazy? Also, you come back to Aries for the fourth time. For the fourth time, you come back to Aries. 1. When you're starting, we're starting at 1. So the next one will be 13. That doesn't divide properly into 12 because we started at 1. So 2 will go into 14. You follow what I'm saying? So the split in the alphabet is alpha beta. According to the Aztec 260-degree calendar, and 26 based on the 13 system or whatever system you want to count it, but not based on all the other systems. Every system is separate in its own, and that's why we have computer systems, and each section of the computer does its own thing to come back to the end user. The mouse and the flesh. Because that's all it is it's the mouse and the flesh. I'm just the operator. Now we have a problem.
Your brain is just the transmitter. It's just transmitting information.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out that. Yeah, that's all. That's the 10%. That's all we need. We don't want to overheat. That's what's happening right now. They cannot, I mean, for me and my work, right? They cannot continuously work with this moon. They've just moved into the final stage. And how do I know that? I'll show you. Because of the changes they've made in games, in professional games. Amateur and professional. When it's amateur, it's AME. AME in French is soul. Now AME equals to 19, egg equals to 19, and anything equal to 19 will be inverted to 18, because 19 based on 360 degrees, the reverse alphabet is 18, or sorry, the reverse numeric is 18. 19 and 18 come together, so therefore this is what I do. I reassess the alphabet and I move it forward. A is no longer 1. A now is 6, and I did an alphabet shift to 360 degrees. Z is 31. A6, Z31. I didn't multiply the alphabet, I shifted it. So the first 5 and the last 5 are not inside this alphabet. So if I add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it equals to 15. If I add up 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36, 32 and 36, 68, 34, hold on, let me do this again. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So I would have 68, 68, 68, 68, and 7, or what is 6, 1, 68, or what is 137 with the alphabet shift. I didn't even have to do that. You know why? It showed it right over here. So this is the alphabet shift. Have you ever seen this before? That 7 goes right in between each one. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 6 and 8. And the words that go with it, house, planet. The words that create what are 2 and 4 is the cat in the hat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. And if I use 2 and 4, I'll be using Mars, I'll be using water, I will be using an earth sign, and I will be using Venus. And my outcome would be Virgo and Scorpio. The thing is, when we do it this way and we bridge it, we are going to bridge with that. That's the bridge of the cat. This is not alone. You might see it like this, but if you created 100 of them, we have a bunch of beehives coming together. When you talk about a deadline, you're talking about this line over here. That deadline means it's not the size of anything other than the size of the area space that is the heart of the occupation. Do you follow me? Nothing is there other than the whole casting, how can I say it? The area space. I need to count area space. That's how I understand everything, by understanding area space. When you use a single dot versus when you use a complete area space, a cell. Anyways, when you count here, you count from this spot here. I know part of this picture is missing. I have to bring up another one. I can't explain it with half a picture. Hold on a second. Oh, and I found my other picture too. No, not that one. Hold on. That was part of what the other avatar who came up with your picture. I don't remember the name. Yeah. There's this, but I don't want to do that. That goes along with Monopoly. I don't want to do. Oh, here's Rotas Seder. We'll do that after. I got a million things. I can never concentrate where I want to start. That's why I think it's up to everybody else to push me around. Okay, I found the Monopoly. Oh, I found 2 of the things. Wow. What do I go to next? Oh, I lost it. Okay, here, we'll go to Monopoly. We'll do with the Monopoly first. Okay, sorry, Alaris.
Good. I'm listening.
Okay, so here is when I spoke before. Here is a full area space, that here. This will be encompassed by 8 around it. And then around that will be 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48 that go around. If you listen carefully, everything augmented by 8, went up by 8. Here, it's not the same thing, because where is the next center? This is the center of the board, but there is no center here other than being online or offline. The center here is the dot, but to create a center here, you create a diamond here and create encompassing these 3 boards to this board here. Here's the trains. These are the trains. This is the exact Monopoly board. This is this. Whoopee. This is this. The same thing. The trains are here. This is the train. This is the train. This is the train. This is the train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when you play Monopoly, wait, where am I? They got my head. Yeah, so when you play Monopoly, it's 5 from go because you're counting go. Mediterranean right over here, but you can't get it because it's a singular dice. You have to go all the way around. Another thing you can't have, okay, you cannot sit on, hold on a second. If you start a game, right, in Monopoly, you cannot sit on luxury tax. You can't sit there. I'm going to give you the answer why, but I'm going to ask one of you too if you can explain to me why, but before you do, I'll tell you, unless you stop me. Okay. The reason you can't go here from the beginning of the game is because it's 1 and 1 is 2 and it's a double and you have to go again. So that means you cannot get Park Place after that because that's 1 and you have 2 dice. If you notice, go, right? Go, is it go? Are you sure it's go or is it 09 or 90? You sure? What is it? Or wait a second. You know what I'm saying? Because the go is not only a G, it's a 6, it's a 9, it's also the letter E. So the G, the seventh letter, can also be the small e, which is the fifth letter. Also inside the G, if you take a good look, whoopee, you take a good look inside the G, you can see the J letter or the beginning of the J. Do you see the J?
Yeah.
Did you know that J and G in French is said together? It's hard to separate them apart. Also, 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 create the JG. And that 17 is part of the Area 51 system. 3 17s is 51. How do you get to 51? How do I get to big numbers like that? There's 10 digits. How do I get any higher than 9? Put 2 of them together. What reason? So now I have 17, 18, 19. I have to stop. No, you have to go. Since alpha beta come together, you can put the 1 first, the 2 first, the 3 first. You can put the 4 first. You can put the 5 first. Because by putting the 5 first, you put the 5 with everything that's around it. Upper, lower, east, and west. You know, I started with 5 calculators here, and I think I got none left. So if I start with the 5, now why don't I go to the 6? Because the 6 is back to the 1 again. It's the inverted side of the cube. I think we have to take a break. I've been here for 5 hours straight. Haven't taken one break yet. I think we're going to take a 5-minute break. I'll explain this. The 9, 11, 13, how the Aztec 13, 7, and all this comes together. I think we need 5 minutes, or at least I do. I will put on one of my songs. It's been so long since I did this. One of my favorites. Nobody minds. Does anybody mind? I know it's my channel. And after that, I'm going to come back and explain exactly why I'm here, what I'm doing. And I'm going to be, okay, this is game mode only. One day when I grow up, or like my mother said yesterday, when you grow up, you'll know better. My mother called me this morning at 10:12. You know what she asked me? She started with the word will. And I go, oh no, this is a bad thing, you know? But she was talking about the dog, you know, Willie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My father got a dog. 88 years old, he gets a dog. The dog is a beast. I'm telling you, this dog is a beast. First of all, I walk in with a jock strap. That's the first thing. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I walk in with a jock strap. I'm telling you. And I talk to the dog just like I'm talking to you. I even talk to my cat like this. You know why? Because if I don't talk to my cat, they think I'm crazy. They say, you're not nice. You're not talking to your cat. You don't bring your cat to bed. Well, I brought my cat to bed. The other person called the SPCA. I says, I didn't bring him to bed that way. Now I close my door. I don't let him in the room. I don't let the cat in the room. A male like me, I'm not allowed to use all the names for a cat. Usually I call it El Gato because I'm not allowed to say pussy. Did you hear what they said to me in the other room? The guy called me out and said the word. I don't like to use sexual words or anything, but did you know that the reverse alphabet for C is X and it says sex? And the reverse alphabet for the duality of the X, which is the 24th letter, 2 and 4 is 6, is F. And the reverse of F is 2 and 1. And that's U, so that's FU to CX. So that's FU to your X. Oh my God, I forgot what I was looking for. Can somebody tell me?
Song. You had a favorite song.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Oh, yes. You know that all us psychos call everything our favorite song? What was the name of the site now? Oh, yes, Suno. And this one's street legal because I paid for the 2 months. Create Explore Studios. Oopie, hold on a second. Why isn't it okay? Oh, library. So why do they call it a library? To make sure that when we walk in there, to know that not everything is truth?
Oh, yeah.
So just like I said to them, they mentioned me the word, and I'll do this after, but they mentioned the word.
I in it and the word LIE.
Okay, and also when you say the word lie, right? If you use lie on something, what do? You eliminate the viruses. But well, because we put pig shit and chicken manure and stuff on our stuff, and it's way too strong, so we have to really douse it out, and that's why we
Why?
only put. I'm a farmer, right? And we put some stuff the manure on the fields, right? My father only puts 3%. So when the vegetables grow up, they say I only got 3% of my brains. I says, no, that's the part with the boost in it. I says, you got all of your brains, you're the whole vegetable. Like if I'm operating on 10%, 90% must be doing the rest of the operations in order for me to get the 10% to operate at all, unless the 10% is the breathing. But that would be all of my life, and I've been breathing every day. Anyways, okay, so let me get on to this next piece. Where was I? Oh, yes, this is the song. I'll make some jokes after because there's a lot of funny stuff that comes out with it. Let me see. They lay down steel like a silent decree. Tracks through the fields where we used to be. Okay, this is not, this is something's wrong with this. Just give me a second. It's way into another song. Let me get rid of this. Did you see that? What was that? Oh my God. This was Rhoda Seder. We're going to have to do that. This is also Rhoda Seder. We'll have to do that. This is part of Rhoda Seder. You see the tilt 23.5. We'll have to go over that. We still didn't complete this, and we have to go over that. So this here, you see that circle here? Because there's 20, this circle gets split in 4. This will be an automatic relationship to this. So we'll get rid of that. Let me see if I can get this music back up here. Oh, I think I have to. Hold on a second. Whoopee. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me see if I can do this because I'm trying to get down the video at Word so we can all see. I hate hogging the channel. I feel terrible.
It's your channel. Why not?
I know. I'm just a big hog. Let me see. Will it play? Please tell me it's going to play. Oh, yes, it will. How do I take every time I say will? It's, oh, by the way, do you know the word DEAD? You did a good deed. Okay, how do I, this is here? Okay, here, here, here. Okay, I think I got it. Wow. Okay, I made a mistake with this. There's not going to be any words. And the reason for that is somehow I made them go away. I don't know why. But yet the song still sings. Okay, I'm going to louder it now. Across the north wind, across the cold sea, we count the rhythm of the universe. Numbers move the stars and numbers move the tides, and every letter in the alphabet is a bone in the skeleton of time. This one's for Harvey, Willie, and Diana, for Bobby and Zadie, for Lily and Mary, Rachel, Lionel, Ben, Lazar, Light, for all those before me, for all those after me, for every aunt and uncle whose footsteps echo through the river. This one is a spark in the darkness of space. 2 is the rhythm, the heartbeat pace. 3 makes the triangle spinning the sky. 4 builds a bridge where the worlds pass by. 3 to 4 is a doorway line. No angle turning in space or time. Straight across the cube it goes. Bridge of the numbers the universe knows. 6 spaces turning in the silent light. 8 corners holding the day and night. 12 edges walking the cosmic ground. And the center point where the truth is found. Pushes to the numbers, dance to the sound. 12 signs spinning the zodiac round. 12
Celtic wind and Iceland snow. Hip-hop pulse in the undertow. Numbers are rising, stars align. Every letter holds a sign. Turn the cube and look around. Every code comes back around. Moon's in a turning year. Whispering rhythms we barely hear. 13 times 13 makes the field. 169 is the grid reveal. Squares of the moon in a silent array. 40 around on the outer way. Border walkers on the edge of time. Counting the rhythm in silent rhyme. Silent rhyme. 7 stands like a gate in flame. 14 turns, but it's still the same. 1 and 4 returning to 5. Circle of numbers keeps time alive. And the piano begins to play. 88 keys in the cosmic array. 52 white like weeks of the year. 36 black notes bending in the air. B to C is the half-step line. E to F in the same design. Little gaps in the octave frame. Tiny bridges that shape the game. Dance to the numbers, dance to the sound. 12 signs spinning the zodiac around. Celtic wind and Iceland snow. Hip-hop pulse in the undertow. Numbers are rising, stars align. Every letter holds a sign. Turn the cube and look around. Every code comes back around. Now the story of life begins when the cosmic rhythm spins. 12 makes 13 in a silent place. Halfway turning in the area space. Something happens between the two. A spark of life coming into view. Sperm meets egg in a flash of light. 12 and 13 ignite the night. From that crossing a life appears, spinning forward through the years. But 13, 14 walk the same. Equal steps in a mirrored frame. 12 to 13 is the hidden door. Bridge of life we can't ignore. The Capricorn climbs where the mountains rise. Aries horns cut through the skies. Leo burns with the solar flame. Scorpio shadows the hidden name. 13 signs in a circle bound. 42 in the cold we found. Numbers whisper beneath the stars, writing stories in cosmic chords. 55 when the lights combine. 5 by 5 in the lion sign. Echo roaring through space and air. Ancient rhythm everywhere. Dance to the numbers, dance to the sound. 12 signs spinning the zodiac around. Celtic wind and Iceland snow. Hip-hop pulse in the undertow. Numbers rising, stars align. Every letter holds a sign. Turn the cube and look around. Every code comes back around. Alphabet bones in the body of time. Letters and numbers weaving the rhyme. Science walking beside the song. Geometry proving where we belong. Triangles turning in silent grace. Circles forming the outer space. Ratios ringing in every tone. Music carved into cosmic stone. From the farms to the Arctic shore. Wolves and beavers and caribou roam. Every creature beneath the sun moves to the beat of the cosmic drum. We are strong in the rhythm we share. Oceans moving through thought and care. Not just actions that shape the sea, but the thoughts that guide what will be. So count the letters, count the signs, follow the rhythm between the lines. In this great cube of time and sound, the universe turns us all around. The alphabet is the skeleton, the zodiac is the dance, the high notes are the instruments.
Okay, that was long enough, more than enough. Whew. Yeah. How do we get that? How do we make that disappear? Whew. And what showed up for lunch? What showed up for lunch there? I got to grab your 2 feet so you don't grab anything. What's going on?
Somebody wanted to know the title of the song.
I don't know. Let me see. I'll tell you in a second. I didn't really. Hold on. I just called it Mr. Tackman's Laser Lip. Hold on. I'll turn it around. I don't. It's my song. I made it. You only can. I think you can find it on Suno. But for some reason, I have to fix it because I took away all the words. I don't know why. So what I did, hold on a second. Whoopee, sorry, cat. I got hair everywhere. So what I did, well, you know what I did if you listen to the song. I just put together the universe and told them to, fill in the gaps. And once they fill in the gaps, if they make any errors, I have to go over it again with them. So are there any errors in the songs? I didn't hear any in this song. But there's a lot of them. My Snoopy song is good. You know the Snoopy one? I think I played that one 1,000 times. Playlists. Where's Snoopy? Oh my. Yeah, and while I play the next song, I think I'm going to try to put together that, what's it called? Hold on a second. Why can't I find Snoopy? I drive my yellow school bus. Okay, I think it's under playlist and then like songs. I gotta find Snoopy. Did you ever hear the Snoopy song? Whoopee, I think I found it. Did I find it? I think this is it. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll play this. Whoopee, I think it's, oh no, this one's also good. Maybe I should just play 2-3 songs and, because I really like these 3 songs. Hold on, where is it? Okay, maybe it's this one. I'll see. Oh, I have no sound. Okay. How come I hear no sound? Oh, I have no sound on my page. Oh, okay, this is different.
River hums where the questions lie. Who signed the blueprint of the stars?
Well, that's why I couldn't find the music. I was putting it on my Google and saying I couldn't find it because it was a personal song.
Yeah, but I think this is. I think I have to do something to get it out there. Okay, so this is this song. I'm gonna put. Let me see if I can download this and play it with the words. Let me see if. Oh no, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Let's see. This 1 second. I shouldn't be doing all that. Okay, let me see. Okay, here it is. Okay. Yeah, I can probably share this one. Okay, here it is.
Who signed the blueprint of the stars? Who wired the dark with silver sparks?
Lumber of the ocean's deep, electric hands where lightning sleep. Carpenter of bone and bread, clockwork ticking life and death. We're all doctors of our trade, patch the cracks the system made, hammer hope in broken beams, stitch the fabric of our dreams. Who built the wheel we're spinning on? Who sets the dust? Who breaks the dawn? If every mind's a medicine, then who prescribes the world we're in?
Observation creates.
Rolling down the line, stamped and sorted by design. Market bells and shipping cries, numbers where the spirit hides. But the fiddle sings what ledgers can't. A human heart ain't merchandise. Spin that wheel.
Oh shit, I've got a phone call here.
Diagnose the grand divide. Society's a factory floor, ideas boxed behind the door, value tagged in sweat and time, profit pressed in marching rhyme. Yet in the forge of flesh and
Yeah, I think we're going to end it after this. And I have one more thing to show, just the Rota Sator.
Universe working from inside. Circle starts from center flame. Half step out, it shifts its name. From 30 days to 29, time bends back along the line. Are we cargo? Are we seed? Are we harvest? Are we need? If the market is the test, then conscience is the stethoscope thread. More than freight on a cosmic rail, doctors in a woven plan, healing more than profit can. Raise the bow and let it cry, wire the earth and tune the sky, spin that wheel, understand, we are the builders of the grand. Who built the universe? Maybe hands like yours and mine. Maybe every trait divine.
Yeah, so that's that. So I'm going to finish off with the Rotas Sator. I'm going to try and do my best to show as much as I could. I believe that everything basically that I work on can be turned into something. Now, it's going to fit somewhere, otherwise it wouldn't exist. That's where I find it. This is the Rotas Sator one. The 18th letter is R. The 15th letter is O. The 20th letter is T. See that? So we can go 20 left and 20 right. We can do a lot of things with this. So at the end of it, it totals 73. 7 and 3 is 10. The next row is opera. O-P-E-R. O-P-E-R-A. 55. 5 and 5 is 10. Is any of this by coincidence? Now, I never added 33, 40, 53, 55, 65, 20, 40, 50, 60, 73. 19 and 5, 24, 34, 44, 54, 55. 25 and 14, 39 and 25, 64. All are tens, just like the 15 we get from Saturn square. In this one, we get all tens. So why are we running Saturn square 3 when Saturn is 6 and Mars is 4? And how do we get 7? What is 7? How does 7 calculate into 6? Why 6, 7, 6? Because it's the one area, space, or transition that connects the left side 6 with the right side 6. You have your enemy signs here and you have your enemy signs here. So you have 6 and 6 is 12, and then the 1, obviously yourself born into it. And that's for me how they created the enemy signs with the 13 moons. I mean, it's the only way to do it. And also, 1 second, I just wanted to show a couple of other things in this, which was the heart of this. The same way the Aztecs count 510, right? So here's all fives, 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15. This is the cross where 2, 4, 6, and 8 should be, is 5, 5, 5, and 5. And 2, 4, 6, 8 equals to 20. And check this out, so does this. Now what's this? This is no difference than 13. 1 and 9, 10, 3 and 7, 10, 5 and 5, 10. This is actually telling you about the second side or an alternative numeric value that runs with the sun. Why? 1 is A, 3 is C, 5 is E. We're going to end it after this. There's so many things I haven't been able to put great order yet, but 7 minus 6 equals 1A. 4 minus 3, 1A. 8 minus 5, 2 minus 5 is 3C. 9 minus 4, 6 minus 1 is 5E, and you have ace and you have sun. You have the ace sun telling me that the sun is split, or it is bridged, or something is inside the sun that brings everything together. My cat is lying on it. I don't know where it is, but the head of the tetrahedron is the numeric one that comes into that evaluation. The hexahedron is when you take two tetrahedrons, 4 sides, and take 4 sides and 4 sides and put them together. These 2 sides here, right? Here's 2. I got 1. Now it's thicker, right? Or can they be put together that you can't see the thickness because they were put together? The same as this and this. To create the top part, it takes 10 sticks, 3 vertical, 3 horizontal, and 4 poles. You only see 3 poles because the other one's in the center connecting. The same thing here. There are 2 of them coming together. 10 and 10, 20. Yet when you count this, there's only 17 because the rest are in the inside. Second thing about this is when you look at this, we have 3 sides. I flip it over, we have 3 sides. See these poles? When I flip it this way, I now have 2 and 2 4 poles, and I have 4 sides. I have 4 sides and 4 sides this way and this way, all the way around 4 sides. But when I look at it this way, there's only 3. Hello, London. How you doing? It's been a long time. Yeah, I was coming to the end now. If you have any questions, you want to ask me something. Otherwise, I'm coming back about 11, 10, maybe 10 tonight, something like that. I love questions. I mean, I really, really like questions that I can try and figure something out. For me, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, a number is a number. You can do something with it. Now, is it going to be relative to the world? I'm not looking at the world. I just want to know if it's harmonic to itself. Is 1 and 1 equal to 2? Yes, we can use anything we want, but I just want to stick to a basic dynamic, one dynamic at a time. The same thing today, somebody come out and say, we can do anything with our numbers. Yes, we could. We can do this. This is Chaldean. 26 letters, 8 numbers, 8 digits. The average of these 2 letters is 4. Sorry, see the 8 value? That means 4 and 4. 7 value, 3.5, right? Why? It's 7 each, right? If this is in the 8 value, there are 2 letters, 4 and 4 each. 2 letters, 3.5. 3 letters, 2 each. 5 letters, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a quarter. 3 letters, 1 and a third. 4. This one is below and this one is above. They invert to each other because of the amount of letters. Earth and Mars have a bridge. So anyways, that's the way I look at things. I look at things the way they are. Secondly, before I let it go, 360 degrees, we can look at that. If I put the alphabet in 360, the alphabet will take on something else. What if I put the alphabet onto 730? That would mean I would have to have, 73. That means the alphabet would be separated. You know what I'm saying? We can put the alphabet anywhere, but the more digits we use, the more mathematics that are going to change to bring it back to an alternative dimension, like 17. 3 17s are 51, but not always. Not always. I'll show you why. It's not neat. I want to do it neat, but I'm fighting with this cat here. Okay, so let me just do this. Give me a second. My favorite toy in the house, the sharpener. Wow, where was I? I completely lost my place. Where was that? Over here. Okay, 17. Seventeen over 17, although it equals to 34, 1 and 1 is 2, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. The math between the 1 and the 4 will create 4, 5. Now, if I bring the 2 to the 1, it'll be 1 with 4, and 2 with 4, and 3 with 4 at the end. On this side, 7, 7, 7 is 21. 1, 1, 1 is 3, it's 3 and 21, or what is 33? This is the way I do it. And I continue to do it that way for one of the reasons is because it works out in the world, in this world. When I multiply and add this side and the opposite side, it will always come out to a single digit of one number. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2, 5 and 6, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 plus 4 is 9. 5 and 4 is 9. 9 and 20, 29. 2 and 9, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. In this one, when it's 7, you have to do duality. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. 6 and 9, 15. 1 and 5 equals to 6. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 16 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. 2 and 1 is 3. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 and 6 is 12. 12 and 36 is 48. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. The last one will be 5 and 2. This is where Mars comes in, Earth's heart. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. 10 and 7, 17. 1 and 7 is 8. Right? Let's not do that. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 and 4 is 8. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 plus 5 is 10. 20 and 25 is 35. 3 and 5 is 8. So now you know it couldn't get any more perfect than that reality. Peace and love. See you later, 11 o'clock.